Hello and welcome to our channel. Are you learning English? Great! Let's learn English with a very interesting story. Don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. Let's get started.
It was a cold morning in November when Arav sat on the park bench, staring at the ground. His hands were cold, but his heart felt colder. Everything he had built in the past 3 years had crumbled in just 3 days. Arav was once the proud owner of a small but successful tech company. He had started it with his 2 best friends after college. They worked day and night, dreaming of changing the world with their ideas. And slowly, success came. Clients were happy. Money started coming in. Life felt good. But things changed. One bad investment, one dishonest client, one betrayal from someone he trusted. And suddenly, the company was gone. His friends left him. The office was closed. He had to move back to a small rented room in a quiet neighborhood. Everything felt like a dream he had just woken up from, or more like a nightmare he couldn't escape. As he sat there in the park, Arav asked himself the same question he had asked every morning since the fall. Why did this happen to me? He watched people walking by. Some were jogging, some were laughing, some were walking their dogs. The world was still moving, but Arav felt stuck. An old man sat beside him. He looked at Arav's face and smiled kindly. "You look like you've seen the end of the world," the old man said. Arav gave a weak smile. "Feels like I have." The old man nodded slowly. "I felt that too many years ago." Arav looked at him with interest. "You?" "Yes," the man said. "I lost everything I had when I was 35. My business, my house, my family almost gave up on me. But do you know what saved me?" "What?" Arav asked. "A journal," the man replied. "I wrote in it every day. I wrote my dreams, my failures, my lessons, my thoughts. I didn't have money, but I had words. And slowly, those words built a new version of me." Arav looked surprised. "And did you succeed again?" The man smiled. "Not in the way the world measures success, but I became someone I respect." Those words touched Arav deeply. He went home that night and picked up an old notebook. On the first page he wrote, "Day 1, I'm broken, but I'm not finished." From that day, Arav began writing. He wrote about his past, his pain, and also about his dreams. Slowly, something inside him started to change. The fire he had lost began to return. He took a part-time job at a small tech repair shop. The pay was low, but he was learning again. Every evening, he watched free online courses, trying to improve his skills. He stopped blaming others and started asking, "What can I do better?" One evening, while scrolling through his journal entries, Arav had an idea. It wasn't big, it wasn't perfect, but it was something. He would build a simple app, one that helped people track their daily habits. Not just any habits, but small steps toward rebuilding their lives like he was doing. Arav didn't have much, just an old laptop, a notebook full of thoughts, and a heart slowly learning to hope again. But he had an idea now, and that idea was enough to start. He named the app Step by Step. Simple, clear, just like the journey he was on. Every evening after work, he coded for hours. His room was small and dark, the ceiling leaked when it rained, and he barely had money for proper meals. But for the first time in months, he didn't feel lost. He had something to wake up for. The app's purpose was simple. It allowed users to choose 3 small habits every day, like drinking more water, writing 1 good thought, or going for a 10-minute walk. Arav believed in small victories, because small victories had saved him. After 2 months, the app was ready. He shared it on a few online forums and Facebook groups. No ads, no promotion, just a quiet post. "This helped me when I was lost. Maybe it can help you too." The first day, 12 people downloaded it. Arav was overjoyed. He took a screenshot of the number and wrote in his journal, "Day 61, 12 people, not 0. That means hope." Week by week, more people started using the app. Arav added small features based on their feedback. A journal section, a reminder bell, a daily motivational quote. One evening, he got a message from a user named Sophia. It read, "Hi, I just wanted to say thank you. I was in a really dark place recently. Your app gave me something to look forward to. Just knowing someone else made it through made me believe I could too." Arav read the message 5 times. He smiled, then cried. This was more than just code. This was connection. This was purpose. Soon, a mental health blogger discovered the app and wrote a short article about it. Overnight, Arav's downloads jumped from hundreds to thousands. He couldn't believe it. People from all over the world were messaging him, sharing their stories. But along with success came doubt. One morning, Arav woke up to find a harsh review online. Someone had written, "This app is too basic. Who needs this kind of thing? Waste of time." It hit Arav hard. For hours, he sat silently. That old feeling of failure came back, whispering, "You're not good enough." But instead of giving up, Arav opened his journal. He read his first entry again. Day 1, I'm broken, but I'm not finished. And then he wrote, Day 97, even the strongest trees face storms. I'll keep growing. That day, he decided not to focus on critics, but on the people he was helping. He reminded himself why he started. Not for fame, not for money, but because someone out there needed a small light in the darkness. Months passed, and Arav's app, step by step, quietly grew into a global community. It wasn't a billion-dollar startup, but it was making real impact. People shared their wins, no matter how small. Waking up early, going for a walk, writing a grateful thought. Arav's story inspired others to rise after their own falls. One day, Arav was invited to speak at a mental wellness conference. Standing on stage, he looked out at hundreds of people. He took a deep breath and said, I lost everything. My company, my friends, my confidence. But in losing everything, I found something more powerful, a reason to begin again. He paused. The fall hurt, but the rise made me stronger. If you're down, just take one step, then another. That's all it takes. The room stood up in applause. Not because he was famous, but because he was real. Later that night, Arav returned home. He opened his journal one last time and wrote, Day 365, I fell. I rose. And now I help others rise too.